Hello, and welcome to episode number 27 of Yoders 2, Scholars of the Canned Sins. I'm your host, Niko, they, them, and I am joined as always by Mo, he, him.
Hello, everybody.
We also have Sparkletone, they, them.
Hello. I don't have anything to say this week, sorry.
That's fine. We also have Peregrine, they, them.
I don't even remember what Yoders is, and I think that might be for the best.
It's the canned bacon. It's the
Oh,
extremely
God.
gross.
That wasn't an invitation for you to remind me.
Well, the whole point of the title was to remind you, so consider yourself cursed.
Well, now everyone viewing at home has to...
Oh, yeah, I remember the canned bacon now. I was like, wait, when were we looking at canned bacon?
I think you know when we were looking at canned bacon, Mo.
When were we...
This time, like,
What else?
this
would
time
we be-
last
Cool.
week. But
Rube. You
I
cannot
didn't-
just be...
I
When
didn't
were we looking at
remember.
canned bacon?
I didn't remember the specific can. Now I remember that we were looking at post-apocalyptic meats.
Yep.
Anyway,
Well, on that note, we made a decent amount of progress in the Shulva Sunken City, Shulva.
Sanctum City, but Shulva
Shulva?
is
Sanctum
correct.
City?
Sanctum City.
Close enough. Yeah, so we made a lot of progress there, and we'll head back there. Don't know if we'll finish it tonight, but we'll see how that goes. And I think we still have not actually fought any bosses in that area, right?
No, not really. The main thing that we did last time was kind of more thoroughly explore the first area with the switches that you can hit, and then explore I forget what the area, the Dragon Sanctum or whatever, kind of the inner temple area where there were like very tall ghost boys. This is not the bonfire we want. We want the one back up top.
I want to go to that area that we have not looked at all yet, which was like across the bridge.
Yeah, that's one of the two paths that I was about to mention. One of them is forward from this one, and the other one was down in that other area where we just were. We pulled a big lever, and that raised a bridge that wasn't there before.
Right. Well,
I think that just calls the elevator.
does
But
this
I'm
just go
not
back to down to where
100%
I've already
sure.
been? I guess we'll check it out.
I don't quite remember. I remember what's in that cave. This part, I am blanking on at the moment.
I feel like this part is... There's a reason that we're all going to collectively blank on this moment, because this... I have memories of this place. And I cannot say that they are fond.
Okay, I think I have been down here. Yes. Okay, so this is
Yeah.
on the way there. Okay.
Yeah, into there. Okay.
So
yes, that's
this isn't.
another-
This is
Yep,
kind of
yep,
a
yep.
pointless shortcut then, because why would I go this way when
I
have
feel.
other bonfires
Yeah, I
nearby?
feel like that's one that they built before they had the final bonfire placements figured out, and so they knew where the bonfire at the start of the zone was, and they sort of start with that, and then only add in additional ones as they feel like they're needed.
Oh, we're going to rock the dragon. Good call.
We are. Are you ready?
I need
love
to find a
corn.
censored version of a song really quickly.
That's never... Folks,
Is
if
it?
you're just joining us.
is
If
that-
Mo determines that something needs to be censored, you can be assured that nothing good will come of it.
Are you looking for the radio edit of Grindin' by the Clips, which came
Of
out?
which? Sorry?
Grindin' by Clips, which
Oh,
came
no,
out 17 years ago today. Happy birthday to one of the all-time great beats.
Here's
Thank
a
you,
hot take.
Pharrell.
I'm out
you.
on birthdays for inanimate objects on Twitter. I'm here for anniversaries, but 17 is not. That's like the tinfoil anniversary if you were a royalty.
I feel like I will take any excuse to celebrate Pharrell and Pusha's greatest work.
If people are gonna make that damn dog movie the way they're making it, I'm gonna celebrate the birthday of art.
This is extremely creepy.
I'm gonna say
it's
that
a torch sconce.
Push's greatest work was the single phrase, "You are hiding a child." And I.
That's not a. That's not his. That is an incredible moment, but that is maybe not his finest song.
I think that is his peak,
is the distinction I will draw.
Distillation of who he is that.
That is certainly the distillation of who he is now.
Five. I think it's who he was then too.
Probably, but it's hard to say.
Except he was closer with his cousin, so probably more so. That's enough. That's enough Pusha slander for me for this episode. This is the song I was looking for. Don't listen to the Don't listen to the unedited version.
Oh. This isn't even the... You know what? Because I was referencing a different, wholesome, wonderful song.
This clean version of the song I posted is the clean version of Unleash the Dragon by Cisco. Classic song. Happy birthday 3 weeks from now to the 22nd anniversary of Unleash the Dragon. June 4th.
Great. I'm glad we had this
1999.
moment.
Oh yeah, 20-year anniversary on June 4th. Let's celebrate that.
Should we?
I don't feel like that's the Cisco song that is really going to be remembered.
No.
I know, it's going to be How Deep Is Your Love by Drew Hill.
Yeah, that's the one.
Isn't Cisco
that Drew Hill song is incredible, so...
No, I know, that's
like a
great song. That's the best song he's done. Not the most memorable.
Cisco is just vegetable shortening with all the recessive genes removed, right?
I feel like that's doing a grave disservice to a very fine singer.
Gosh.
Get in the hole.
Anyway, the song I linked is better.
I don't think that's true.
Yeah.
I think it's true. I was referencing the Dragon Ball Z opening, but the English one.
I'll just go ahead and say it's all the same room. You're just picking.
I just
want to. Actually, why am I still have my torch out? I can just shoot him from up here without the torch. I want to pick some of these assholes off first.
That is a good instinct. I would also point out if you didn't recognize the room at the start of this little bit as having like a bunch of little statues in it, not the poison ones, but kind of before that. That is the other end of the summoning room at the very start of the DLC. So when this first came out, people that didn't own the DLC yet could put down a summon sign there and be brought into this bit specifically to see kind of what the DLC was like. Sort of note that you like have to drop down into it so that like people can't run back out to like where all the cool stuff is. You just get to see this cave, which is kind of a weird choice.
Okay.
There is some stuff further on in here that it makes sense to me why they would make that part of a demo, but this first part is maybe like, why did they just want to show people this cave full of poison statues and bad guys?
Those little poison hermits are cute, okay?
I
Agreed.
really
like them.
I really like the ones that have the actual poison statues on them and not just the stalagmite growths. Because it's like somebody saw the stalagmite growth versions and was like, oh, we can make a little auto turret that just kind of wanders around like a Roomba.
You know, the font that they use for these thong chips makes the G in thong look a lot like a C.
Thonk.
And I like to think that these are thonk chips.
Are they owned by the same parent company as Tronk, the media publishing brand
I
that
wish.
owns a famous
God.
Chicago
If
news outlet?
if only Tronk
That
also put
this
out
this
thong
dead
chips.
enemy's like loincloth is like blowing in the breeze there. You see that?
The answers, my friend, are blowing in the
Thank
breeze.
you, Havoc and Physics
The answers are
Engine.
blowing in the breeze.
Oh, like that famous Snow Halation lyric. How do I know how much this loincloth will show? What's that sound in front of me? Screeching rapture melody.
What if we
Anyway.
stopped playing Dark Souls 2 and just watched that Twitter video of Detective Pikachu dancing to Snow Halation?
For 2 hours.
Of who dancing to Snow Halation?
Detective Pikachu.
Oh,
Send me
you
that,
know?
please.
That's
How
a
have
movie
you
that
not
I
seen
saw.
this?
Because I've been trying to stay off Twitter. I have like 4
Fair.
devices.
It's
and
been posted in our Discord at least half a dozen times, if not more.
Yummo.
When though?
When Detective
Anytime
Pikachu
in
was
like
relevant.
the last week or so.
In what channel?
Wow.
Do not make me search a Discord that you
I
can search on your
I saw
own.
this link. I
probably-
clicked on this link in Discord.
It's probably it's probably in the two of the channels I have muted.
Like the Save Point channel and the Dokes channel? Come on.
Dokes I
I-
have muted and Anime I have muted, and those are the 2 likeliest for that.
No, Save
I would
Point, it has been like 3 times in there at least.
Well, I wish I saw
Now
it
go
earlier.
enjoy this and stop trying to defend your horrible
You know, I
oversight.
was gonna give Mo shit about this, but then I realized that Mo being overly defensive is entirely on brand.
Right now, it's Detective Pikachu dancing to Thong Song 2019.
Well, when you're done with that, which sounds like a very good time.
And it's hilarious. I think I'm done with that now.
I'm
I have,
trying
no,
to
I
remember,
have
there
nothing to
was-
say.
The best one I've seen is the Snow Halation one. The second best one I've seen was what is the name of it? It is some piece of experimental like minimalist repetitive it's not Philip Glass.
Oh, who else is in? Who's the other composer that I'm thinking of that wrote in that style? Oh,
Steve
jeez, why am
Reich.
I
It's
blanking on this?
it was a Steve Reich piece, but I can't remember which one.
This is literally the exact same song with tropical house like steel drums and like a clap build before the drop. And
Are you
Cisco
saying
probably
Thong
makes-
Song and Snow Halation are the same thing?
No, I'm saying 1999 and 2018 are the same exact song aside from those 2 additions.
Okay.
Cisco can still dance.
Oh,
Not
someone's
as well
gotta
as
make
Detective Pikachu. Oh, this is
the
really
Pikachu.
good and cute. I love this.
someone should use this with the Pikachu one because it's amazing.
I want to see this movie. Does he actually dance to Snow Halation, or is this him
No.
dancing to like single
It turns
ladies
out-
or something?
No,
like
that
that?
was
Okay,
definitely something
Real quick,
that
Detective Pikachu spoilers. Very fast. They're not really. It's not really a spoiler, but it's a spoiler by omission. I have seen that movie, and that dance sequence does not happen in the movie.
Well then I.
Oh,
don't
it was
see
only
that
in a
movie.
trailer or something? And
Yeah,
It
I
was
have
in
no
a
idea.
fake-
what
didn't
it was
make the
in.
final cut.
No, so there's a video that the Detective Pikachu movie like put up on YouTube that is called Detective Pikachu Full Movie, and it's just 2 hours of that.
Oh, that was the official account?
Yes.
Oh my god, that's amazing. You know what? I'm gonna say this. My quick spoiler-free opinion of Detective Pikachu is that like they did such a good job with such a cursed premise that I actually like do recommend you see that if they are at all like if you have nostalgia for Pokemon from like being a kid around the time that Pokemon the first movie came out, like you should go check out Detective Pikachu.
The Snow Halation one is something that Sailor Bee on Twitter made kind of in response to Snow Halation becoming the semi-official theme song of Save Point. Like if you look in the responses to that tweet, you'll find Natalie saying thank you and the person who made it saying I did it for you.
Oh.
Aw.
It's very cute.
Okay, I'm trying to just like make sure I go down every one of these little dead end spokes.
Yeah,
it
I
seems
think
like
you've mostly
this way is the actual way. Because I kind of don't want to have to come back here, so I want to be thorough and careful. I think
Yeah, if you just kind of clean it out, you'll like
the
I think
low
you
bass
found...
noises in this area are very disturbing, by the way.
That's actually me slapping my cheek again. I'm doing ASMR while on beat
okay.
with the footsteps or whatever. I'm not gonna actually do it because that sounds so cursed.
Oh, you're saying that as though that stopped you before.
You know, I have my, you know, everybody's got their own limits. I'm not gonna do bad ASMR for the unsuspecting viewers.
What better time than the present to break those limits?
I'll do food SMR.
That was a Final Fantasy VII reference. Shoutouts. The new Aerith design is good and great.
Good news, everyone. We've got 3 hours and 37 minutes of Torch left. I think we're gonna be fine.
Yep.
Sorry to interrupt.
But
Oh, hey, no, that's... Listen,
Aerith
there's
looks great,
nothing...
but I don't care about her. I care about Tifa, and Tifa wasn't
There
in
you go.
the whole...
Make
That's a good
Tifa
take
buff.
right there.
Make
She wasn't
Tifa
in the
buff,
whole
you
fucking
cowards.
Tifa should look like Emily Blunt in the Tom Cruise movie, like Better Off Tomorrow or whatever. Not Better Off Tomorrow. Better Off Dead.
Better
Close
off.
enough.
Oh,
Close
Better
enough.
Off Ted.
Dead,
Yeah,
dead,
classic.
Dead Luck
Don't
Tomorrow.
help. Don't help.
You mean
Mo.
All You Need Is Kill?
Yes, that one. Die Another Day. Die.
No. Keep
That's
trying.
a James Bond movie.
Keep trying.
Death. I'm not looking this up. I'm honestly blanking on it.
We'll get there eventually. Just keep going.
Death.
That famous
Die.
the famous movie
Live,
based
Die,
on the manga
Repeat?
All You Need Is Kill.
Is it Live, Die, Repeat?
Yes. That's the tagline.
Better Off... No, it's not Better Off Dead. Better Die Before...
Isn't it like The Edge of Tomorrow? Isn't that the...
No, it's not Edge... Is it Edge of Tomorrow?
Nope. Keep both of
What
you
is-
now. Keep trying.
God.
Hold on.
It's such a name of a name, too. Like,
Oh, it is Edge of Tomorrow.
It is Edge of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, how dare you? How dare you?
oh, okay.
Resident Weeb Peregrine is on top of this
You
of
remember
bad
you
adaptation.
remembered
Yeah.
the important
Congratulations.
part, which is the manga title and the tagline,
Yeah.
because nobody calls it by its actual
They
name.
changed it to
Of
Live,
course
Die,
not.
Repeat. Actually.
Yeah,
Like,
for
it's
the,
officially
the
known as Live, Die,
Blu-ray
Repeat
release.
now.
Yeah, the only person who has ever called it Edge of Tomorrow was the marketing exec that came up with that.
Yeah.
Hey, look, it's Friends.
I
so
never watched
I
Friends.
wouldn't know. I never watched.
Yeah, I don't know it.
This is
Too
what,
slow, Peregrine.
This is what Netflix has been paying $100 million a month for.
Well, you
Is
know,
it really
I trust in all the big tech corporations to spend their money well.
one of
So
my favorite Twitter
I
moments.
endorse them spending money on the racist show.
One of my favorite Twitter moments was tweeting something to the effect of like, I'm tired of all of these people on online dating sites who think that watching Friends on repeat is a personality. To which one of my
Oh.
good friends responded, but I watch Friends on repeat.
Wow, that's
To which
a very good
to
cell
which I
phone.
basically, yeah, I didn't have to say anything to.
Yeah. Also, like, I haven't done an online dating profile in a while, thankfully. But I wouldn't say like saying I watch a lot of Parks and Rec on repeat. It's just like I wouldn't put I love listening to video game podcasts as the top line of an online dating profile.
Thank
just
you.
Maybe that's like a second date topic. You know what I really love? Video game podcasts. Like,
But it's not even like you don't. This is my issue with, as someone who is incredibly in the online dating whole thing for a variety of reasons that are various levels of cursed, and I'm happy to talk at length about this, even though it probably makes me unhappy.
well, then
Anyway.
we shouldn't go too deep into it.
My point is
You're probably gonna have to do a bunch of push-ups soon. So
I'm consistently floored
Wow, no
as someone
faith.
who has been a nerd for so long, right? And all stereotypes, whatever, included in this, right? Going through high school, being into anime, all this stuff, right? The things that people think make them stand out or they think. I just don't understand why people continue to put the same core set of things as though they say something about themselves, when to me they say absolutely nothing.
They want to seem
this is-
like relatively normal and relatable.
But that's not relatable.
Whereas for me, it is like, if I really like you, you will never have any idea how much I know about Metal Gear. I will spare you
I will
this.
immediately respond if someone on a dating site went all in on some Metal Gear ass shit. I would be so here for it, because even if I didn't give a shit about Metal Gear, that's someone who can entertain me about something I don't care about. You know?
Well,
that's a person.
I have a hot take. Is that when I was doing dating stuff, it was very much this. It was like, haha, I said a witty thing about Cameron, and you recognized that line, and now you're messaging me or whatever. But that's dishonest at the core, because it's just
There you
but
go.
yeah, don't get petrified.
And I'm not
But-
saying that you should say something witty, because I also don't like it when people are yeah.
But let me just. But so for me, I was out of the game right as Tinder and the swiping mechanic became a thing, and I think the swiping mechanic is the most honest, not the pay $10 for super swipes aspect of it. That's just gotcha. But dating, but the just snap judgment. I'm interested in this person. I want to know more. Versus let me read your 1,000-word college application essay, but for dating. That's my take.
Speaking of swiping through many profiles, I hope you're ready to play
Yeah.
Hot or Not
That is a good.
with these three.
Oh, jeez.
That is a good segue. I'm here for it.
Oh, you picked my favorite. I approve.
I
Love
hate
anyone
this.
who rocks the Ferris hat.
Oh,
I guess in this game, it's
I mean, I don't
Olympic
even need to
suits,
say who my favorite is.
wow, that
Oh,
sucks.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Such a sweet fight.
So you were looking for a boss fight. Well,
You got
Yeah.
one.
I did. I just
You
didn't.
actually
I got stuck on the
make it?
terrain, so I didn't have a chance to get to a safe spot and heal.
You made
Yeah,
it come to 3.
so you can just run through.
Yeah, that's my
If
plan
you
now
can
that I've
remember the
explored.
path, you can just run basically straight to them, and a couple tries, and you probably won't even get hit at all.
So yeah, so I will say that as someone who has been out of the game for a while and just hasn't really been interested in dating profiles and stuff. Was it this way? Oh jeez. Yes, I see the light. Okay, I can take a brief respite here. I think that I almost would rather just get that kind of stuff out of the way as soon as possible, because if you have quirks, or if you're into stuff, if you want to find out if someone is compatible with your interests. Like, they are going to, you know, like you don't want to put that off and then waste a whole bunch of time, potentially like dating someone who is going to not work out with that. So like, I don't know if I would necessarily go in and be like, I listen to a bunch of gaming podcasts like on the profile necessarily, but saying like, hey, this is who I am, and I wouldn't want someone who is like going to be dismissive of that or think less of me as a person or anything like that, right?
Oh
yeah, I mean, like, that's basically my thing.
But like for me, I guess where I'm coming from is like my partner and I like very little of the same stuff. Like, we like bad TV and good pop music, and that's it. Like, she loves going to the movies. I fucking hate it. I go to like one movie or like, so and I guess the thing that I caution against is like, or not caution against, but like worries me from my perspective, like the online dating stuff, is like, if I say I like, you know, if I put I really like Waypoint Radio, or I really like, you know, Waypoint Radio and the Beastcast in a profile, that says something different than if it comes up in a natural like conversation.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily put
which is
all
I
that.
guess like when it comes out in context versus like a website that people can just stare at and read fucking significance into commas.
Well, and like, I'll clarify here that my issue is that saying on a someone saying, oh, I like travel, like, I love friends.
I also like travel.
The thing to who doesn't?
There are people, you know. There's some people.
I mean, like, I don't always like traveling, but to me, the thing that's frustrating about like the sort of opposite end of saying you listen to Waypoint Radio is that if you're making a statement that amounts to I like not having to, like, being able to afford something that is a luxury both monetarily and time-wise, is a nothing statement. Because of course you like that. You know? Like, and that's the part that's frustrating to me, is like, at that point, I don't know anything about compatibility, and like, what
that didn't go
happened
exactly.
I don't know.
How you wanted it to?
Maybe.
You must have gotten petrified.
Yeah, that was petrification.
I did not mean to roll there, and thus I ended up on the wrong side of those rocks.
I was listening to a podcast I like, which is Keep It, and they have had a couple of people who have done, like, basically the producers or creators of like the first wave of like millennial romantic comedies, and I think that a thought I had listening to the interviews of these people were like, and I'll look up who it was in a minute, and just and the shows that they made to shout them out, but like the idea that so much of like the dating advice comes from popular culture, but that dating advice you're reading is like, as like a young person, is like the most washed fucking dating advice. And so it's creating these like completely fucked up notions of like what everything is supposed to be like how, like, there's so many, I'm trying to think of, like, you know that movie Yes Man by Jim Carrey, or like with Jim Carrey in it, where he like, and Zoe Deschanel.
Liar, liar?
No, it's a movie where but yes, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, but it's like he has to say yes to everything for a year. And
liar.
It becomes like
they made that movie.
Becomes like a sweet guy and like pulls like the like the pixie dream girl or whatever. And
geez.
I feel like that is just such a like so many online dating profiles just want to be that movie. Like, I'll do anything ever, and like it'll be a magical adventure. And it's like, well, what if we just got Chinese food sometime, and that's sweet too.
So what you're saying is, so I haven't had an online dating profile in 5 or 6 years, and what you're saying is, if I were to go turn back on my OkCupid account, I should delete pretty much anything on it, which I should do for like let's say gender feeling reasons anyway, given how old that is. But if I were to sort of repopulate it with current information, I should go find my screenshot of that PlayStation statistics thing that said I played like 250 hours of Bloodborne in 2018. And the caption on that picture would be, "This is a 3-year-old game."
Yep.
And that should just be the profile.
The thing is like, you're going to scare away a lot of people with that, but then what if you find someone who really likes Bloodborne, right? But at the same time, the other point I wanted to make earlier was like, I think we should, as a society, should try and get away from like, oh, I like the same thing that this other person likes, thus that means we are compatible. Like, no, that's 100%. Not.
No, that's
yeah. It's like compatibility is like how you respond to stress events and things like that.
Yeah.
Romantic comedies often give like super terrible lessons for people to learn on all sorts of levels, but I feel like in a movie with so many bad ideas, I feel like the one good thing in High Fidelity is hey, you don't have to like the same music, just don't be an asshole about it.
Yeah. The movie I was talking about, by the way, I'm pulling it up now. My internet's being slow. Was...
All right, so jumping down intentionally does not seem like the strategy there.
The water doesn't do you any favors.
No, it doesn't.
Someone Great, starring Gina Rodriguez, which
I did not ever see that one.
It came out this year on Netflix, and it's all about just like it's like a love story for like a friend group, which is really tight and also reflective of at least like kind of my millennial experience in a way that isn't judgy in the way like Seth Rogen, Katherine Hagel movie is about a friend group, and it's also just people who have their shit together and like you want good for your friends and stuff like that, and that type of stuff seems cool. And it has Gina Rodriguez and Lakeith Stanfield are the two leads, which you're not going to get a bad movie with those two in the lead roles also. Also worth noting, all online dating companies are for-profit companies and want to sell you hope to make money off of your hope. Always worth noting in any conversation about online dating.
Yep.
And to be clear, like, there's a few things I should like preface all of this with. One of which is, I actually owe some strange debt to online dating because it was one of the main vehicles through which I realized I was queer. Nothing. I still have difficulties with online dating as a queer person, just because like there's a lot of other new things that I just don't jive with so much, like polyamory and stuff like that is very common, which like makes sense to me. And like I do my best not to kind of like begrudge people who are looking for those sorts of things in those spaces, because that's really what they're designed for.
Yeah. But that's not for you, you know.
Yeah, right. And so like the frustration is kind of realizing that like there's no easy solution to this type of thing, right? Like getting to know someone takes time and energy and effort, right? And like the problem I ultimately have is that like people who will take if you give me a sentence to describe my personality, like I can think of a lot of ways to do that I know will be off-putting to a lot of people, but that I am okay with on a dating site, because to me that's the point. If that makes sense.
My first thought was, if you give me a sentence, I'll give you a paragraph, which is definitely not a winning strategy, but just a funny.
Marlo, are you the person who like when you're supposed to make your resume be like 1 page, you like submit like a 5-page thing?
No, but I haven't put in a resume. My resume. If I had to make a resume, it would be I don't even know where I would start.
I think what's interesting for me with the resume analogy is like I'll go through and read a resume and feel weird and not good about it, because there's always some massaging. There's always because like like resumes by necessity are overselling. I read through my dating profiles constantly, and every time I come away with, yeah, no, I am someone that I would enjoy spending time with, right? Like from the things that I have written,
Yeah.
like I feel like this book represents me and like is sufficiently like unique. Like it's not just the same profile I've seen before, right? Like there's things about this that feel uniquely me in ways that I like, which like. That's great, right? Like, I'm really happy to be at a point in my life because I wasn't always at that point, right, where I can say that sort of a thing. And what frustrates me is that so rarely do I see that in someone else's profile, and I don't know if that's because I'm a sociopath or like because maybe there are things that are there that people like do find unique and empowering and whatever, and that's great.
Well, I think it like
I
I kind of look
like,
at it like it's like almost like a. Like, I think resumes and dating profiles both are, like, also shouts to online dating, because I did reconnect with my now fiance, because I didn't realize my OkCupid premium had run out, so when I tried to sneak on her profile, she saw it, and she emailed me, and she was like, what the fuck, and we got a drink, and then magic happened. And that's 100% real. But, I don't give online dating any credit to that because they didn't tell me that my shit had run out. So fuck them. But you know, what was I gonna say? That resumes and online dating profiles are all they're both like creative writing in a way, and like you're gonna have like I'm the opposite. Like I would be way more happy with like a resume than an online dating profile, just because one is like concrete in some way and one is so ephemeral, but like that's a completely subjective thing. You know what's not ephemeral? It's Havel's Club.
That's the only kind of club I'm trying to get into
extremely.
tonight. You know what I'm saying?
The tracking on their attacks is pretty ridiculous. It seems I feel like I've narrowed down that like trying to cast spells is not a winning strategy because it just leaves me vulnerable for far too long for one of the other two to fuck up my shit.
Yeah,
And
it might
you
be
have to
worth
make sure
loading
that
up
you-
another low damage spell instead that is a faster cast.
If you want to help limit the tracking, next time when the boss prompts you to turn on your location, you should say no.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to remember the order that I usually get. There's like as always, there's a bunch of different ways to do this fight, including summoning. In fact, this fight is why
That's how I did it.
the summon section is at the start of this little area. It's doable solo. It's a bit annoying as you're finding out.
Yeah.
Even with summons, it's not easy. I
My
will say.
my recollection is that it involves a lot of running around like an asshole, and very specifically focus firing, and kind of trying to zone them.
Come on. Fuck you.
Falcon, fuck you!
No, stop tracking me. you
Yeah,
asshole.
so once you've gotten your combo off, by the time that's happened, all three of them are together now, and that's just gonna
Yeah, you need
go
to. You need
about
to like.
how it's going. So
Peace the fuck out.
yeah, so you kind of like fall back and run in and out. I would say go for. I think it's Sarah is the bow user.
Yeah,
I usually
that's
do
why I'm on.
first, but I would target them or the guy with two swords and leave the Havel boy for last.
I don't think they heal at all, so I think
No, they don't.
The only
Or-
real strategy, if you're gonna try to solo this fight, is you have to like run constantly and fight. It's a
Yeah.
lot like a Sekiro fight in that way, I would say.
Oh, I almost had it.
Like there's
Just take your
there's a
time.
couple fights in Sekiro where like the solution is to basically just never stop running. Like
I
this to
mean,
me
it's,
is kind
in
of,
that game
like-
you have infinite stamina and are faster than basically everything. So,
Right.
in a big
Right,
enough
so
arena,
that
why
game is
not?
more fun than this boss. Agreed. But I think like the idea behind it is sort of similar in that like you are very fragile.
Okay, one down.
And the fight should get a lot easier with, you know.
Mhm.
And you should definitely leave Havel last, but that means you have to just move out of the way a lot, right?
Save the best for last. Gosh,
Yeah,
Havel
even-
is such an amazing character design. I love him so much.
See, and that's a detail. If you put that on a dating site, I would know to swipe left, you know? Just
Is swipe left good or bad? I thought left was bad.
on an online dating, left is bad, which is probably a sign that I should stop using it.
Yeah. I swipe left for Havel.
That's all right. Well, I know where I stand.
I just want to point out that this is not Havel. This is literally in their
This is
like,
Mo.
name.
This is Havel's
This is a grave robber.
This is the Havel fan. This is the Havel fan 69 logging in to
Listen,
cosplay Havel at this convention in Shulva, you know.
We've
like
got
the-
these terrible Indiana Jones wannabes, the old explorer who's just here to loot stuff.
you killed him. You
Grave
killed
robber
them
is
already.
in this dude's name, and then their muscle.
Listen, their muscle.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
gonna
bleeding.
muscle
say
is
oh
just
God,
collecting a
run away.
paycheck.
Just run.
I've nothing. Their muscle is just collecting
Yeah.
a paycheck. Plus, what are we? What is? I can't. But you know what I can't? What I can't can do is loot some treasure chests in decrepit places. So
Admittedly, we have been doing a lot of that as well.
allow the person who has never looted a chest to throw the first chest through a glass thing.
I don't think that.
That wow.
It works.
There's a
I couldn't think of a Dark Souls glass thing, but chests. The stained glass of a cathedral.
let they who are without corpse looting crush the first lifestone.
Ooh.
Let them drink the most Estus at every family gathering.
No!
Oh.
Fuck!
I'm gonna say just run. Don't be like walk off and run more frequently.
I'm just really afraid I'm gonna accidentally walk off and end up in the water.
That's
So-
fine because once the archer's gone, like running around in the water is not a bad circuit to make. Think
Yeah.
of this less as a boss fight and more as a Sonic racing track. Living in the city, you know you have to survive. Living in the city, you have to keep this dream alive.
You I think you have the idea now. So
Yeah.
you know, but yeah, Peregrine is right that once like the other two move just as slowly in the water as you do, and so the problem in the water is the one that can shoot.
Right.
But yeah. There is a part of me that sort of likes this weird, stupid challenge cave and its kind of ridiculous thing that is at the end of it, but it is kind of fun. It's
Where are you going?
sort of like the DLC has its own little dark chasm, but it
come
doesn't cost humanity to get in here. Oh boy.
No stamina.
Sarah backing
That was-
into the corner was some.
That was
bad
not a
luck.
good corner to be in. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was hoping that was actually going to be good, but it was not.
And if you get sick of attempting this, we always have the bridge that we raised up to go look at.
Yeah.
I think we can do this though.
Yeah, I think that the best attempt I've had so far was like
It's like
heartening. Yeah.
even though the two swords one had like half health left, I would kind of say that was more like 2/3 or 3/4 of the fight, just because it gets significantly easier the fewer of them are left.
Does this ring help against the like petrify buildup, or does
No.
it not help?
Nope.
Okay, so then let's just go back.
I
to
would
this
take
one.
like that one.
Get something that's going to actually be useful in the boss fight.
Yep.
Physical damage would also help out.
Humanity would also help out. Just for the extra health.
We got lots of effigies.
Like this was specifically, it was this part of the game where I started just burning effigies all the time because I had them.
You don't burn the effigies, you eat the effigies.
Excuse you?
Uh,
I was
eating
saying
is
I wasn't saying excuse you to you, Mo. I meant our Havel-shaped friend here who just sort of like slid 2 feet sideways out of nowhere
Yeah.
in a really unnatural way.
I do feel like it's been a while since we had like a boss that I had to do a run for like a bunch of times in a row. So
Do we have anything that would like maybe poison them or something? I'm not sure if we do. But given that this is just kind of a particularly intense like NPC invasion, basically.
yeah,
Like if we have something that we can.
oh, hello.
Excuse you.
You found me.
Yeah,
I'm
we
leave
can.
now.
We can look later.
Yeah.
Just because I don't think they're like specifically extra weak to it, but it's if it's something like when we first walk through the fog wall and we can like, you know, soften one of them up while we're working on the archer. Maybe that would be worth the resources if we have them.
Woo!
Ooh.
Havel, don't do it. Woo. Okay. Uh-oh. Shit.
Nope, you're fine. Just keep moving.
Wait, this is a dead end. Okay.
Nope, you're all right. Just keep moving.
No, that's not who I want to
Don't-
target.
Don't try to target them. Get out of the water.
Can you get out of the water?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
I don't have any good way of giving you like directions, but if you just like follow the walls, you'll find a ramp.
Oh, is it this?
It
Okay.
is right there.
Well, I'm dead.
As you get pinned against a stalactite and die. But
Yeah.
yeah, there's a ramp out of the water.
Okay, I thought when you're down in the water, you're down there for good.
Nope.
I did not see that ramp the last time I fell down.
Yeah, so the If you can get
Okay.
if you can get the two melee ones down in the water, but the archer is still up top, like the archer will follow you down, obviously, but you can kind of use that to zone them a little bit sometimes,
Yeah.
depending on the timing.
Okay.
I do usually try to stay kind of up out of the water, but it's not.
Sometimes you just gotta go for a little dip, you know?
Yeah, kind of the worst thing you can do in the water is stop moving, just because they can't they can't really do their any of their moves that would close ground on you. So if they want to swing at you in the water, they have to stop moving. And so if you keep moving, even if it's slow, you'll usually get out of the way because everybody's slow in the water.
Except mermaids.
Well, this is a little shallow for mermaids, but I think.
All right. So let's go down.
Yeah, so...
Drink up.
Yeah, it should be right here. So, Archer Fang.
Woo!
But yeah, that's like a really good way to get the archer on their own.
Oh.
Yeah, I think I'll just have to maybe use that a little bit.
Yeah, and just don't... If you get 2 or 3 hits off, start moving again. Don't stay there for more than a single combo. Because especially if they're back up on dry land, that's all the time it takes for the other two to close the distance. So you get to do another lap.
I have a thought.
Oh, is it time?
I think it might be time. Those little rapier strikes don't really do that much damage, but they are just annoying enough to.
I've never been more disappointed in a
We have
thought.
to have 100% shield.
I
here.
can't. No, so I think that.
We don't have what's 2 to the right.
6. Yeah, 100. No, that needs 16. I could level up 3 times. I could level up 1 time and just do this one.
We can homeward and see Moglin, however, should have the basic kite shield or whatever that blocks 100. And we 100% have enough money for that. It's only I think 1,500 at most.
Yeah, I think if the bow, if the archer wasn't switching to a rapier very fast and then poking me a bunch of times and stopping me from attacking, then I wouldn't bother. But this one is 90%.
Oh, okay. We already have some 90s, so let's just use one of those.
Sure.
I was just gonna level up 1 time and then use the 95.
Yeah, that'll work.
So I just need 33,000. no sweat.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got, I'll just pop one of these.
Yeah, that's gonna be
That's
20,
20.
right? So that's most of the way
Pop
there.
one of these, and then one of these. There we go.
I'm just
35.
so deeply disappointed.
The DLC is when my main save started having a shield on too.
I'm not gonna use it all the time. I just, it seems like this seems like the situation to have a shield,
Always, until
And look, we get to round up that nice strength to a nice round 14. Don't you like that?
My crystal magic weaponized Murakumo can only do so much for me. Sometimes I gotta eat a hit, but not the full damage.
All right, so we're equipping the Archdrake's shield, which is 95% block.
That one looks
and
cool.
Yeah, pretty sweet. Can't see me.
Wow. Yeah. So powerful. I'm very intimidated.
Do we have the spell that gives us a shield for a certain amount of time?
I think I might.
We probably don't want to use that just because I think it goes away if you switch away from it. And since we're going to be like swapping back and forth. Second row from the left.
Strong magic shield.
I don't know.
Absorbs additional damage.
Uh,
I mean, I don't need repair right now, so I can do this. And
let me see exactly what that does since the description. So that reduces the stamina that a block takes, and it improves all the resistances to 100%.
oh, so I could have actually done that on a crappy shield, and it would have been fine without leveling up.
Well, it only lasts for a certain amount of time.
That's true. I'm probably only gonna need the shield for a certain amount of time because I don't want to be using a shield to try and block Havel's attacks. Those are not gonna. That's not gonna work. I just want it
also if we switch away from the shield because we want to shoot at somebody, that cancels it. So.
Also, I think I'm going to. Let's see. So since I'm not really casting spells, let's go ahead and have some like.
Yeah, I was gonna say let's get rid of the
stuff.
shield and see if there are some like AOE spells that we can do.
I can do Soul Bolt. I don't know what that is, but that sounds good.
Do we have Soul Geyser? Even if it's only one cast, if we can get them.
I can't. I need 14 more intelligence.
I was gonna say that one is like super ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know what time?
So.
But it might be bonfire aesthetic time.
Oh no, Mo, we can't.
I have a question for everybody, and it's just what has everybody been playing that isn't Dark Souls recently, or in Alex's case, Dark Souls or a FromSoft game.
Let's try this set of spells. Go ahead.
How much Simpleton Spice do we have? I forget what the icon for that looks like.
Well, go ahead, Mo. You can talk while I look for this.
Well, I played some. I got into Final Fantasy 12 finally. I'm like 4 hours in, and I'm really enjoying it. On the Switch. It's a lot of fun. The story is very like political intrigue.
There it is. We need one more.
God. and still very political intrigue and still like setting the table of all the characters. But the combat system is cool, and like the quality of life changes they made for the Switch version are really good. Also
we can buy one from Carillion for 13 grand.
Do it.
To increase, well, I can increase my int as well with one of these.
I would rather have the ring slot for something else
yeah,
and decrease
it's better
the
to
spell.
just buy.
Okay, go ahead.
And then I've been playing Fell Seal Arbiter's Mark, which I think some of you, I'm not. Peregrine, were you on a Fell Seal stream? I forgot who.
No.
I was the one posting stuff about cheese monsters.
Okay, but yes,
as you do.
You mean monsters?
Yeah.
Yes.
So Fell Seal is is a lot of fun. It's like a Final Fantasy Tactics like, and it's really good so far. My two favorite created characters are Jamilton, aka Yamilton, and Hatman, Hero of Old.
Oh, this is why I still have Tactics Ogre tabs open on my browser.
Carillion, Niko, has the spice.
The last thing I've been playing...
Sorry to interrupt, Mo. Let me make
problem.
sure that we don't have something less costly that will do what we want.
13K is not really that much at this stage of the game, I think.
But
so.
14 spice seems like it is.
That's
is my
true.
thing. Yeah. So we can have that around. What is it? It's I think the one, like, Soul Geyser is the max version of this type of spell, but I think there's one called Vortex or something like that that might be...
I think I have that one.
Oh, we don't get Vortec until Dark Souls 3, I thought.
Soul Vortex, here it is.
Yeah, let's try that one first before we use the spices, because the concern I have is that I think the bolts that Geyser fires are bigger and slower, but against, like, player-sized enemies, maybe it will miss them and we only get one shot per, like, respawn. Whereas I think the Vortex shots are homing.
Well, my thought was to cast a few spells when we walk through the fog wall and the enemies are running up, and then switch to my shield and then try and go to town on the archer.
Yeah, but if, like, the Vortex or Geyser fires in, like, kind of a circle around you, like, I don't know... Like, let's just try firing them here while we're standing next to the fire, just to refresh our memories on what the animations look like.
Oh, I can't
yeah.
use the... Okay, that's funny. I'll just swap this.
To answer Mo's question, I've been finally, after like a month of waiting, I think, from when we bought it as a group, my friends and I finally played Risk of Rain 2.
Oh, cool.
Which has been a lot of fun. I sank, what was it, like 50 or 60 hours into Risk of Rain 1. I really, really enjoyed it. Love the soundtrack. Big fan of like the aesthetic style of it is like my favorite type of sort of
Of one or of two?
Ooh. Of one. I really enjoy, but like part of it is just I love the way that they like write and establish lore for that setting, where it's like a roguelike, but the items are all like flavor texted in a way that's like a mix of quirky and unsettling. Just like a really interesting way of kind of building the whole thing. And I am happy to report that a lot of that is back, and it's very much a very similar game, which in some ways is like, I don't know, it's always that mixed blessing of like, this is really just the same thing in like a 3D format instead of a 2D format. But like also, I don't mind that because I really, really like that thing.
I really loved the first Risk of Rain, so the second one, like, I don't have anything I can play it on currently, but I'm glad that's turning out well, because there's no guarantee that turning a 2D, like a really, really good 2D game into a 3D game is necessarily going to translate, but it seems like they've really kind of got it in good shape for early access.
Yeah, it's a little goofy. Like there's certain things about it that
Goofy's in it?
kind of shift the tone. Yeah. So Goofy's there. At least until he gets hit by a rock.
All right, that takes too long.
I don't think we need to buff our shield.
Okay. That was very funny though. Just smack.
If we feel like Soul Vortex is doing some good work for us, and we want to get like a second copy of it so that we can have double the ammo, Agdane, the guy in the Undead Crypt, will sell us another one.
Okay. So what about Goofy?
Goofy is...
He doesn't like getting hit by rocks.
Who does?
Which,
honestly?
fair.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe some kind of rock type Pokemon. That was like beyond an old person comment. Yeah, I don't know. Goofy is not in Risk of Rain 2, unfortunately, but lots of things I like are. Fun time.
I think that would have done really well if it hadn't gone over their heads.
Yeah. Well.
That's how I
It
feel
did do
about
some
a lot
damage
of
to him.
a lot of my jokes.
Yeah, what could I have been
you know.
referring to?
That, I really just relate to this whole stuff. But yeah, apart from that, I've still been chugging away at Fate Grand Order, playing this silly arc in which F-Go spoilers. I highly doubt anyone really cares at this point. But anyway, James Moriarty has somehow split himself into two people. One of whom is the good but still sketchy Moriarty, and the other one's the evil one. And he is now just got backstabbed.
You hate
by
to see it.
a Pavel fan. Anyway, Fate Grand Order. It turns out it past the first 5 story arcs is actually pretty entertaining and good and goofy in the ways that I would want something with that game's premise to be, and it's great to finally be joyous about a franchise that I am deeply cynical yet still a fan of.
Nice.
I think the only thing
Cool.
I've played recently that wasn't Dark Souls, which I did a stream of last Friday night, or even more Bloodborne.
I didn't want to mean that you couldn't talk about those things.
No, but I do want to talk about the thing I am going to mention, because unless you want to start talking about spreadsheets like we were before the stream,
No.
I don't have much to say about Bloodborne.
Harry Potter all over.
But
Please go.
after a bit of time away from Hitman 2, I did the I
Completely missed everything.
How did that miss everything?
I don't
I
know.
did the
This game hates
two
me.
most recent elusive targets, and those both went well. One of them
Fucking
was a
binoculars.
priest in Sapienza. Not too much to say about that one. The more interesting one was that they did a second run of the Sean Bean elusive target, and he's in the same place, like the same map, and it's like the same opportunities are available. But interestingly, the intro video from your handler or whatever makes it very clear that even though this is like in gameplay mechanic terms the same mission as the first time they did the Sean Bean one, that in fiction you definitely killed him the first time and he is back.
Yep.
And he's taking another meeting at this raceway.
And the assassination that I did is the canon one. So
Yeah, that's the next thing I was going to mention was Sean Bean's dialogue hasn't changed because he probably is expensive to get in to record.
fair.
But they did give him a medical eye patch that is a reference to what I assume was the most common way that people got rid of him when they first ran the mission. I did not do the cannon one. I got him with a sniper rifle from very far away the first time. This time I did something different. But that was still a good time to kind of like take kind of one known solution off the table and figure out a new one, which is a thing you do a lot in the regular game and especially in escalations, but isn't a thing you ever get to do with elusive targets, unless you're willing to like wait a year for them to rerun through them all. Oh.
I tried to roll through it, but they attacked at different times. don't get quite enough iframes for that.
Yeah, I would still try to back off further because they're like clustering.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, anytime more than one of them can hit you in an attack animation is a losing proposition.
Yeah, until one of them is down. Once it's 2-on-1, that's different. But yeah,
if you insist on doing this fight alone, it is entirely a slog of kiting
Yep, that is having
one enemy out. That is the canonical way to do this type of thing, and a strong argument that I think this may have been designed to be done with summoned help.
We've had
Fair.
such
That
good
is how I did
invasions,
it.
we haven't really summoned yet. I have no problem with. I'm not one of those people. I think
Yeah, I think
those
this fight,
people
the more the merrier for this
misunderstand
fight.
the things that are enjoyable about these games.
This
They
is-
don't
this-
wanna...
I used the NPC summons for this every time. I
Turn this
tried
fight into speed dating. The other game that I've been playing recently, and by been playing I mean for like 15 minutes, like directly before we started streaming, is Snaky Bus, which is absolute.
it. Like succubus with snake?
Have you not
Snaky
heard about
bus.
this?
No.
Oh my gosh! Let me just send you a link.
Are
Because
you
this
still in the dream
game
that is
kinda.
Snaky Bus?
Can I just? Okay. Can I just find a video that isn't some freaking shitty meme board, YouTube, please?
Nope.
No, that is not what that algorithm is for.
All I want is the Snaky Bus trailer, really.
Oh, there's the archer.
Oh, that didn't work.
Oh. It's. Oh, wow. Interesting. In my world, this. Oh, wow. Oh, this is. Wow.
You watching the trailer?
Yeah, I am.
Oh, this game. This is like the. It's like a weird 3D version of the like Snake game that we all played on calculators or whatever.
Oh,
But
I
you're,
remember
you're
Snake.
in like 3D
Just
city and wilderness environments, trying to drive around without running into like the tail behind the lead part of the bus.
and what this video doesn't communicate so well is you're also doing the crazy taxi, like picking people up from bus stops and depositing them at bus stops thing. So yeah, it's a lot. It's like if you like Grand Theft Auto, like weird jumps in Grand Theft Auto, and also like Cluster Truck. Check this game out. It's called Snaky Bus by Stovetop Studios, and it's hilarious.
I just emailed that to my sister and brother-in-law because it seems like a sort of thing they might really enjoy.
Probably, and it's like
Probably.
$9, and I'm probably gonna stream it at some point.
Because my brother-in-law enjoys like cars and games like maybe a little more on the serious side, but my sister has been telling me about how fun Goat Simulator is, and
Oh.
I feel like this game feels like an intersection of those
It
two
is those
things.
two things, yeah. I think it
Yeah.
could be a winner for them. Do they know about Cluster Truck?
I don't.
Maybe just send
I
them
did
all.
get-
Just if you just hit a quick reply, be like, also this is really good, because Cluster Truck is like so good.
I got them a handful of games. My sister won an Xbox One at like a company holiday party, and I was trying to like find games that would fit, and I did get Burnout Paradise for them,
Nice.
in the hopes that would hit some of that. But
Why is the algorithm so bad?
ask Al Gore. I mean, I take one look at him.
Go
and,
do
and,
some
and say
push-ups.
He's got no rhythm.
I know you're in debt, because
Yeah, well, Yeah, I wonder why.
I know you're in push-up, Dad. God.
Yeah, this is the episode where Peregrine's arms just fall off.
Yeah.
I've been doing squats every other just because I can't.
Oh yeah, I mean, that's.
This is just not hitting them at all. This spell is terrible.
It turns out the problem with spellcasters in Dark Souls is that late game spells aren't good.
Yeah. Magic missile. Till I die.
Well, I'm glad I didn't spend 14. 14
That's why I said
things.
let's try like
Yep.
the ones we have before we consider spending a
how's
bunch of
Pyromancy doing?
resources.
Yeah, how is pyromancy?
The
doing?
homing crystal soul mass is not so bad. I can pop
Wait.
that when I walk in the
Homing
door.
Crystal Soul Mass is good for this type of fight.
Peregrine, I'm gonna have to go back on
Just a
the.
little
I'm
bonus
gonna have to go
damage.
back in the video, but weren't you against pyromancy like 20 videos ago?
No, that was
No, I use Pyromancy in this
Peregrine called me a coward for doing a Soul Level 1 playthrough of the first Dark Souls as a Pyromancer.
game. Yeah, that I stand by.
But the Pyromancer is the class that starts out at Soul Level 1.
No, but
The game is specifically telling you to use
that, you know what? That
Pyromancy.
makes sense. That makes sense to me because there's no other way you could reasonably do a
But
Soul
why
Level
don't
1
we-
without being Lobos Jr.
we could dip into the world of fire and just bolster our.
Living in a world of fire.
I'd have to like really invest into leveling it up for it to be useful.
But don't you still have a lot of souls, or are you going through those
But the
at this
soul
point?
still
I'm not sure.
burns.
From the
Did those all miss? Game, what you doing? What is the, you know what? No, I'm
They
gonna
didn't miss.
we have
Havel had his
respect-
shield up. Like,
respect to strength. Just respect to a full strength build. We're gonna just whack them with the tooth. It's gonna be a good
I mean,
time.
I did this as a Dex Int build and I soloed it. Like, it's kind of annoying, but it is doable.
It's just because something is doable does not mean it is worth someone's time. That's rule number
hey.
1 of life.
Get off my back.
I've been saying if we want to keep trying to melee it, you just need to be like way more conservative until one of them is dead.
Yeah, first you gotta learn to wave dash.
They don't heal, so take your safe 1 or 2 hits, not a full combo. Get back to safety.
Havel, please.
Yeah, see if his shield is up, he just eats it.
Yeah. Just like I'm doing in this fight.
If he, I feel like there's some. I'm gonna nitpick this terminology for a second because if one were to eat it,
Whoops.
that would
That's
be
not what I want.
dangerous for them. Because if I were to eat it,
Well, that time he juked it,
I would
so
take a lot of damage.
do you have a problem with my saying he juked it there?
No, that term works. I'm saying to eat it is to take it full force. But using a shield is the coward's method.
Seeing Niko get
It's not
stabbed
you.
out of the air by a rapier that is a thing that I was doing a lot of the last time I touched Dark Souls 2 was sort of upsetting because I know how good it feels to do that to enemies and now I know how bad it feels to have it happen to the side you're on.
Wow. The tables have turned.
Did they all
Really?
drop down? Yeah, they did.
We're turning tables here on Niko Souls. Welcome to our 100% lathe-based woodworking channel. We're here to show you today how to turn a table. I hope you enjoy this content. How do we get a rectangle that's flat with a lathe? That's a good question. I don't know. But
I think that boy with the dragon tooth already has something that's large and flat and rectangular, more or less.
That's our tabletop right there. Havel is nothing if not a friend.
Oh!
Havel
Oh, jeez.
just snuck up on me.
Yep.
Yes,
Do these
Havel,
just have
the
infinite
person
stamina, by the way?
Mo, thank you, Mo, for once.
The person in Havel
To a
armor
not
sneaking
cursed
up is
video.
I'm sorry, I
don't-
was
Of
muted.
course.
I was eating some.
I don't know if they have infinite stamina.
They
It seems I would say they probably have very high stamina. But I mean so do we.
Not high enough, apparently.
I was eating some oven-style pizza, which is pizza
What?
that you.
We have like 80
pizza.
No.
We have
This
like
is what
80
oven-style pizza is. It's pizza that your girlfriend, or your, I should say, fiance now, got for lunch and saved you a piece, and then you reheated it in the late afternoon, but forgot about it, and it just realized it was still in
You
the
left
oven.
it in the oven this
You
entire
realized it was
time?
still in the oven.
Oh.
And you're like, oh yeah, it's still good.
At least the oven wasn't on the entire
No,
time,
it wasn't.
right?
I turned it off. I turned because when you reheat pizza, the easiest way to do it in the oven is you just preheat. You put the pizza in, preheat the oven, and when the oven dings, you just turn the oven off and like take the pizza out once it's done. That way, there's no chance you can leave the oven on, or like just melt the pizza to hell.
It would burn, is what would happen.
Burn the pizza to hell. Thank you, Dr. Science.
No problem. That's why I'm here. Niko came to me requesting Dr. Science, and by gum, that's what I'm here to do. Speaking of which, we still have not hit the genetics plot of this episode that I promised after learning the backstory of Liquid Snake before this stream. So, does someone want to just
Do I want to set that up? Yeah, okay. So, Solid Snake shows up at this military base where there's like a hostage situation in Nukes, and you run around and you fight a Russian cowboy, and you fight a cyborg ninja, and you fight, it's just a dude in a tank. The dude doesn't even have a name. It's just a dude in a tank.
Oh, I love Advanced Wars.
And eventually, you finally confront the leader of the terrorist cell, who has the same code name that you do, Snake. And he proceeds to go on this long monologue in which he reveals that he's, genetically speaking, your twin brother. Except
Spoiler alerts for Metal Gear Solid, by the way.
It's a
I guess.
20-year-old game. The statute of
I mean-
limitations, please.
Just saying.
Don't get too close to Eris.
Capitalism has already spoiled every 20-year-old thing.
There is
We
nothing.
don't need to.
Okay.
Knowing the full details of the plot to Metal Gear Solid 1 does nothing to take away from experiencing it, I think.
Also, that
clothe Raiden in Metal Gear Solid 2.
that sort of
but so-
requires that someone know the full details of the plot of Metal Gear Solid.
Metal Gear Solid 1 is pretty straightforward. It's once you start layering onto it that things get a little wild. But so, Liquid Snake goes on this long monologue, as Metal Gear characters are wont to do, about how he's, genetically speaking, your twin brother, but you got all of the dominant genes and he got all of the recessive ones. Because that's how genetics work.
Oh, that's even worse than what I was told at the start of this. I didn't realize it was supposed to be your
Did you not
twin.
see the screenshot? Like, that's...
But does the screenshot like have the twin part in there? Because that's not what twins are.
Yeah, you are both clones of Big Boss, but you have been modified.
But clone means the def. Oh.
Let me see if I can find you a video of the monologue.
This is painful. God, no wonder everyone in my generation is terrible at it. All Coach's fault.
Okay. They keep coming together. Please split up.
Oh no.
Nope, they both dropped together.
Cursed comment on that. I'm not gonna say out loud. So.
Well, so everybody say goodbye to Peregrine for 10 minutes because enjoy that
God.
cutscene when you have some time.
Liquid's genome speech.
I guess I'm not the purveyor of the curse tonight.
Oh. And yet I am.
Fuck!
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 Oh God!
Which
Take a drink, deep breaths.
MGS is this from?
The first one. The first 3D one. Metal Gear Solid 1. Not the first Metal Gear game. Just to be clear. The
So this
PlayStation
is the one that they're
1,
in-
1998,
This is the one where Snake infiltrates Black Mesa.
close enough.
Oops, I popped up the wrong one.
Who's this? Who's this walking person?
Who's this walkie-talkie? Oh, it's so it's a Voldemort Harry Potter kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any good options for us to manage bleed other than to keep
Well, to be fair, I took a full
keep-
combo.
yeah,
so
keep zoning them and
I thought I had my shield up. Apparently, I was a little
whatever.
slow.
I think bleed might go through like
It does, but he also hit me twice.
Okay.
Like in addition to the bleed.
Yeah, because I was gonna say different shields have different bleed resist, and I am assuming this one doesn't have like anything special in that regard. Cool.
Nope. Let's just go down here. Oh, come on.
I'm sorry, but that was pretty good.
Oh, God, there's something called the super baby method?
What?
Sure
What?
is. How have you not?
Wait, this is one of those.
I should play Metal Gear, huh?
They are games with many flaws. There's some real sexist garbage that is played.
Oh,
as
yeah,
cool
no,
guy
I'm
stuff
seeing the
in
flaws now.
all
None
of
of
those
this
games.
is even remotely how any of this works.
But yeah, like part of the fun is seeing what Kojima half remembers from Wikipedia didn't exist in the late 90s, so he like went
They
to a
let
library
one-
and read an encyclopedia once, and here is what he can remember in monologue form.
Would that even... I'm trying to think of what would happen if you could somehow, like, let a fertilized egg divide into 8 cells. If you, like, split each of those off, like, would that just... I don't know if I...
You should play.
you
It sounds
could
like
do
you need to
that.
play Metal Gear to find out.
Yeah, no, I mean, well, the Metal Gear's not going to go further in this. This is an
I will
sci-fi plot point.
1000% co-pilot you through Metal Gear.
I would also say,
Wait,
do not
what?
be sure that Metal Gear will not go further than this. Just
Yeah,
just-
that is also
No, I
an
just meant on
important.
this specific, like, plot.
No, I'm just saying, don't be sure.
Oh,
I-
that specific
okay.
plot point goes to some other places
Yeah.
once they start trying to backfill in
Please
how
tell
that
me you
whole
meet
thing.
one of these other octuplets who was
That's-
supposedly
you
aborted,
know,
but
we can't
is...
get into spoilers on this. This isn't a spoiler cast.
Is there a gaseous snake?
We can't.
No, we can go into spoilers. We just have to warn people.
Please tell me
that's
there's a gaseous snake.
There is a
'cause that-
solidus snake.
That's not a...
I don't know what
Wait,
you
stop.
want
You
from
wouldn't
me here.
want to meet a gaseous snake.
But there's a solid and a liquid snake, and I have 3 phases on my typical diagram here.
It sounds like Kojima had too, and that's why you need to play Metal Gear.
Wow. Another bullshit binary. Okay, that's fine. I'm used to this. Oh! We were talking about dating apps earlier. I've already said my piece about that binary.
As somebody who,
Wait, is this FMV of a genetics researcher real?
yes, and I assume that is stock footage because they definitely did not film, like, there's some,
Oh my
there's some stuff at
God.
the end of Metal Gear Solid 2 that has, like, stock footage of just people walking down the street in New York City in a particular location.
My dude, put gloves on for that. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's a protein. Oh, this is amazing. Oh my god.
I'm liking this little circuit here. This seems
Yeah,
easier
this
than
is-
dropping down.
Yeah, this is working out alright. Okay. I would say similar idea, want to keep moving. Just kind of take your
Yeah.
damage where you can.
Wait! Ah! Oh, God! Alright, I was gonna read created artificially through the alignment of nucleotides to mimic our father's genes.
That
Yep.
that honestly,
That's-
I don't
that's,
know which
that's-
part of
that's
that
just
I.
Jake, if you have your father's genes, you don't need to mimic any. You just put the damn genes in. You don't. God damn.
First off, you don't put genes in, you
What
put
do you
genes
do?
on. Let's be
That is-
specific here.
Oh.
Get out.
God.
Specificity is good.
There. I will say that I don't think there are too many other reveals that will upset Peregrine as much as that specific speech. But there are some like minor details sorts of things that will absolutely do the job.
Well, I mean, there's the photosynthetic skin thing, which is just bullshit.
No. I'm not. I'm talking about just in like that first game. There are some minor details, or
From the 98.
yeah, or things relating to how Solid Snake came into being and what all happened with the super baby method.
Isn't Solid Snake just a colder liquid snake?
In the sense that Solid Snake, once he quit being a soldier for a while, went to live in Alaska and did dog sledding races.
Oh, yeah, that checks out. I was gonna say it could also just
Get out-
be that
get
it's
out
a
of
liquid
there.
snake under higher pressure, but
He's very irritated with Colonel Campbell at the beginning of the game because he would rather be hanging out with his dogs. Which, understandable.
Oh, fuck! The stagger is what's killing me.
Yeah, like, don't toe to toe.
I mean, the problem is when I even have an opportunity to get a hit in, like, the NPC is rolling. And so I'm not even getting hits in as often as I would like, and I'm getting impatient because this fight is designed to make you get impatient. So,
And that is, and that's what kills you.
why can't
All right.
you get your own genetic information if you could get the God, why I don't
Let's give it another couple tries of the kind of hit and run, and then maybe see if we can find a helper.
yeah, my thought was to,
Like we might not. Like I don't know how active this particular bit of
yeah.
Dark Souls 2 on PC at this time of day on like a Tuesday is. So.
Oh, genetic determinism as villain in a plot is actually really amazing, and I love it.
Siri on my phone is saying that I should go watch a Bloodborne stream that isn't even live right now. So that's a new one. Like, I didn't think I had it set to make recommendations for that app. It should just be giving me notifications when some but not all of the streams I follow go live.
Why did I click on... I clicked on a lasagna video, and
Jesus Christ.
all the
You're
recommendations...
asking why you clicked on a horrible food
All the
video.
recommendations are for, like, all, like shitty alt-right meme people. What is with YouTube these days?
That's just YouTube these days.
What the
No.
fuck? Dislike it. I think they could do better. That's my opinion.
Whoa, that came right at the camera.
I
only we were playing
love
in
and
VR.
hate everything about Metal Gear now. Oh my god, this is amazing. What a just incredible, like, I appreciate that it's so wrong about so much and yet has that just anime verve of
It's going for it,
unwavering
and it doesn't
confidence
care
in
about
not
what it's
caring
going
that
for.
it's wrong because it doesn't matter. You know what? It's like how Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann is just, there's no genetic basis to any of the things that are themed around genomes in that series, and yet it's so over the top and confident with it that it doesn't matter.
I was going to ask if you think it is more honest to flagrantly, gleefully misuse like real scientific terminology and stuff, or to come up with fictional ones like Star Trek does.
No.
Fictional is better. I have spent too much of my life knowing what plasmids are and knowing that the only thing people will know plasmids from is Bioshock to want to consider the use of real terminology as a better thing to the use of fake terminology.
So if the boat person ends up down in the water and comes back up onto that ramp, I would maybe try going over by like the exit fog door for a bit, just to kind of get them like away from that little area,
Yeah.
so that they're not gonna like block you if you end up down in the water.
I am gonna get this.
I have a soft spot for any sci-fi use of words that have phage in them, because while none of them are accurate, phage is just a cool sounding word.
That's like some Greek stuff, isn't it? Like a
It's
suffix?
Mass
It
Effect,
means eat,
actually.
right? Isn't like phagocytosis or something like?
No, I think that's an ICP album.
Phagos from feeding.
All right, thanks
yeah.
for the heal, random person.
Take your 2 hits and get out.
I'm trying.
Yeah, phage is like to eat or consume, as like a Latin root or ancient Greek. Sorry, Greek root.
I was right. Hooray!
But in scientific terms, phages are basically only they're viruses that are they host. What's the term for this? They're viruses that prey on bacteria specifically. So like a phage affecting a non-bacterial organism is just like not a thing. So inevitably every like sci-fi use of phage includes like some non-bacterial organism being infected with a phage of some kind, which is just not how phage
Nope,
works,
keep moving.
as it turns out.
Don't. Yep.
That would just be called a virus, not a phage. Like phage
Yeah,
is
it's
a
not-
subspecification of a virus that is like specific to. Anyway.
Yeah, so now I head to
Man.
like the far end of the arena to get. Yeah. Like, we just don't want him on the ramp. It's okay if he's here. Peregrine's doing a lot of push-ups and stuff, and I Can't is getting a lot of cardio this episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done a lot of push-ups tonight, probably. They're a little more spread out than the last time we recorded, which has made it a little more helpful. Decent number of squats, too, I think.
so frustrating. I can't even get a hit in because it just rolls and starts attacking immediately.
It's very like positioning dependent, but if you can bait out an arrow shot, that will sort of hopefully keep them still and from switching until the attack animation is done. It's definitely it's tricky.
Wow.
I have no idea what happened there. Did the plunging?
Havel jumped down and
that was
smashed
a falling
me.
attack.
Yeah.
Havel did a falling attack.
Oh.
Yeah, but they shouldn't have friendly fire on. Like, enemies can't usually hurt each other.
Oh, wait, did it knock the... Oh.
Kriya took like a quarter of their bar off in...
Well,
Okay.
hey, a win is a win.
Yeah,
you
bank
know?
error in our favor. Just keep swimming, as the fish movie suggests we do.
So, while I'm here, does anybody have genetics questions? Is there anything I can do to help clarify?
Nope.
All right, that was fast. Don't answer too quick now. Here I am offering my services as a doctor.
Is a double helix one thing or two things?
Okay. Is it a double helix is two molecules?
Is a ladder one thing or two things, Mo?
No, a ladder.
Those
If a
aren't the
ladder is
same
one thing, a
thing.
double helix is two things. Is what I will say. A double helix is two molecules of DNA.
I'm pretty sure a ladder is more than one molecule.
Well, yes, but
We're not.
Look, you're talking
we're
to
not,
somebody who
a
learned...
a double helix of DNA is two.
I didn't ask how
polymer
many
strands.
molecules. I didn't ask is a
It's
ladder
two things.
more
A
than
double-
one
a
molecule.
double helix is two things.
Okay.
That's why it's a double
helixes.
helix instead of a single helix.
How?
Peregrine, just to sort of put all my cards on the table here, the only thing that taught me more about genetics than Metal Gear Solid is Jurassic Park, so...
God damn it!
Same, honestly.
But this is the problem. This is
Actually, no, that's not
why
true.
I'm here. That's why I'm here.
My doggy DNA tests that I did for my dogs taught me a decent amount about doggy DNA, and I think some of that transfers. I know that.
I mean, dogs. I learned.
I know
I learned
that-
about dogs in my genetics course.
Are
Actually, no, I learned about dogs in my general biology course because dog genetics is so simple compared to almost anything else that it's a really, really good model system for things, such as the power of inbreeding.
well, one of my dogs they have no modeling for because she is a village dog from Asia.
Well, there you go. Yeah. So like the genetics for dogs that are like the traditional breeds are super what we would call penetrant. In which case, dog genetics is set up so that if a dog looks a certain way that like dogs are bred to look, there is probably a very specific and you can find the mutation in the DNA and it means that it has that appearance or characteristic. Like it's very clean data in a way that just isn't true for almost anything else because it hasn't been for generations.
Someone told me that this was a big circle down here, and that person was a liar.
It is, and I just you're
It's
taking
not.
wrong turns, and I'm sorry.
So you've got about 15 minutes left. Let's consider.
I would like to keep
either
trying.
summoning
I would
or-
like to. I would like to
Alright,
keep
you got it.
trying.
Okay.
The thing is that I mean, like, what's going to break my will here is that, like, I feel like I'm pretty consistently getting the archer down, but the two other enemies are just like always glued to each other, and I don't really have a consistent way to split them up.
Well, since we have a shield out, if you can get one of them a little apart from the other, you have ridiculous iframes when reposting a parry, so how dangerous you feel like playing.
Well,
If those
Not that dangerous.
not this run.
if those two enemies were DNA, double strand of DNA, a helicase could help split them apart.
What do you think? Oh my god.
That's a fact for all of you at home.
Great.
Really high temperatures, also.
Gosh.
So
Go ahead.
speaking of
Niko.
games that people have been playing lately that are not Souls, I've recently fallen into a bit of a Warframe hole. I think I maybe mentioned this last week as well. But yeah, you know, honestly, I've been really pleasantly surprised at how the progression works, and it actually feels rewarding, and like my time is accruing to something rather than the kind of like Destiny style, like Diablo style, pull the slot machine lever 700 times. So I've been liking that a lot. Anyone who's watching who is thinking about checking out Warframe, you should check out our clan over on PS4, and I think we have it on all of them. Maybe?
Yeah.
Maybe it's just PS4 and PC.
And there's a small Switch contingent as well. Let me just pull it up. I sent it to Joel when you sent it to me, and I want to find it so I can quote it, because it's the truest thing about Warframe that has ever been said. Maybe.
I promise I'll try the Warframe tutorial eventually.
The tutorial shows you some stuff, but not
It's
tip of the iceberg. The very tippy tip.
It's also very easy to get overwhelmed in the game because, unlike a game like, say, Destiny or Anthem or whatever that has just released and is a little bit thin on things to do, Warframe has the benefit of 6-something years of
Continuous
content.
development, yeah.
Yeah.
And all that stuff is still in there in one form or another.
I think, yeah, like Warframe, I think I'm like sold on the thematic content of Warframe from what people have told me, but it's just still like things that I have seen and heard about it mechanically are like not at all my cup of tea.
the thing I would say is that you could only do sneaky stealth missions that are very puzzle based and like exploration if you wanted to, and you could progress very far that way. You could only do missions that are like wave defense and stuff, and it's just and the guns feel so, and the guns and melee weapons all feel so different that like I really think that given enough time you would find like a build that you really love to play, but like it is that time investment to like, because it's not just like getting past.
I just like being able to have something that I can turn my brain off
sure.
and play for a while, like at night when I maybe don't have enough time to really get into something else, but I can at least spend some time doing something and feel like my progress is accruing to something.
Yeah. So I sent, this was I think like after the first time we played together, Niko. Said Niko says, I accidentally nodded off during a Warframe mission for a few seconds longer. Who can say really? And I said, haha, first time, but I guarantee it won't be the last. Warframe is a great game. And this is 3:57 a.m. my time, by the way. Niko, I just thought I had one more mission in me, mood. Niko, and then this weekend hit me like a ton of bricks all at once. Me, just 5 more waves of a defense mission. We got this. And like, it is that like unwindy game that just like it does that as good as like anything.
I think that was like immediately after
It
save
was.
point, so I was just dead.
Geez,
And
yeah, I didn't even try to like.
It's
play
funny
the game
because like
that way.
when the first time we played, that was the second time we played together, I guess. The first time we played together, I took you to that map that is like the high level like experience grinding map, and you're like, so this is it, this is this game, and I was like, in my head, I was like, just wait, this is this game, but not in the way you think it is. But But yeah, I love Warframe as well, obviously. Very fond memories of that game. And like,
It's funny how a 6-year-old free-to-play... Oh, fuck, I didn't mean to target that. Shit. Havel, no.
Havelfan69.
Get out of my way!
Oh.
The fact that, oh, God. Okay, I've
You
recovered.
really need to get further than you think you do from stuff.
Havelfan69 is the Solid Snake to Gavelfan69's Liquid Snake.
That seems about right.
Yeah.
Okay, that one's dead. It's funny that the 6-year-old free-to-play game is holding my attention more than Spider-Man. I boot up Spider-Man, and then within like half an hour, I'm just bored. And I don't feel like playing anymore.
I honestly have not tried to play, like... Someone tried to sell me on Assassin's Creed at some point, and like I immediately started to intuit what people mean when they kind of disparage the like Ubisoft style of experience. If that makes any sense.
It does make
like,
sense.
I feel like I've watched footage of those games and there's just like a feel to it that is so... I am just not interested. Which seems dismissive, and someday I should probably challenge that. But like, Sekiro was probably the first like AAA release that I played in a good long while.
I would take slight offense to the comparison of Spider-Man to Assassin's Creed as an Assassin's Creed stan, because I think that Assassin's Creed gets out of its own way a little bit better than Spider-Man does.
I didn't even try to play the
Okay.
Spider-Man game. From seeing what it was.
What I was going to say to
seemed-
Niko is that in one of the games you play as Spider-Man, and in the other game you play as an anti-capitalist
Can
revolutionary.
we just shoot him with regular spells?
And that's pretty
I can
sweet.
try. They were not doing very much damage.
I mean, we have them on us.
big
We might
difference.
as well get the damage in.
Oh, I
if
could
we
try
can do it
the I
safely.
could try the Soul Vortex.
Also, Peregrine, sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you there.
Oh no, not at all. Sorry, I didn't mean to insult a game in which you're an anti-capitalist revolutionary.
Not in Assassin's Creed. In Warframe, you're an anti-capitalist revolutionary.
I did no damage.
His
All right,
Why
that
did that
sucks.
do no damage? That thing looks amazing.
In Assassin's Creed,
Well,
let me just tell you about Abstergo Corporation. They're bad. They're like what if cyberpunk, but also time travel.
Oh, so like my Doctor Who fanfic.
Yeah. I guess so. Just trying to get trying to do a lot of Illuminati type shit by using time travel. Which, probably not great.
It's not even really time travel. It's even, hey, you want something that's upsetting and deals with genetics. In Assassin's
That's
Creed,
true,
you
actually.
are looking into your character's DNA to go back and experience the memories of your ancestors.
God, I hate.
But let me just be
Like,
clear.
Wait, you're saying that's
the
not real
conceit.
Let me
science?
just be clear. It is presented like time travel. It is not presented in a scientific manner. It's like
That's not even.
Well, except there's not the concern of like changing the timeline or something, because it's all like there are boundaries, and like if you kill too many civilians, the game does the like, oh, that's not how it happened. You get to reset to your last checkpoint, sort of thing.
I am never allowing anyone who can play Western video games to ever make fun of anime in their goddamn life. That is what I've learned tonight.
That was a
Yeah,
good
that
hit.
was pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah, because even if we have to switch to like our smallest arrows, like if safe damage is safe damage and it's gonna add up.
The problem has been that Havel has been running in front, and I want to hit the non-Havel.
Yeah, for sure.
But being able to like target this guy when he's in the back, or just now, this also seems like a good time to target him. Okay.
This fight is really just a metaphor for society, in which, in an ideal situation, you want the Havels to protect the Havel-nots.
Yep, that's exactly right. Where'd he go? I was right behind. Oh my god. They're like literally right behind each other.
They've merged.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
I hope that this has been a really exciting stream to watch for everyone tonight. Just watching me run in circles and doing this one fight over and over.
I at least
was a
have been
whiff.
pretty entertained by how this has gone.
I mean, this fight had to happen eventually. I feel like anyone who's played this game and gone through this fight can very much empathize with this experience. I know I can, because this fight is real bad.
I'm not gonna say what's along the other path that we didn't, of the two ones that we have in this area. I'm not gonna say what's along that other path, but I'm glad we did this one first. I wouldn't have ever pushed for one over the other, but
No, I'm glad we're getting this.
yeah, let's say that maybe the other one is a bit more of a thing to look forward to and not this.
Yeah. If we were gonna have to listen to a lot of Peregrine's Curse takes on genetics, this is the fight.
I'm pretty sure your takes on genetics are fine, and Hideo Kojima's takes on genetics are the problem.
Well, you haven't heard my opinions about GWAS studies.
Is that a rap
God,
collective?
no, don't. Okay, first of all, no one at me about how I just said GWAS studies, because the S in GWAS is study. I'm sorry. I freely admit the mistake I made. My PhD is
Do you also take your money out of the ATM machine?
Oh jeez.
It's just so... You know what? I will say, I guess I could have takes on the studies about GWAS,
Oh, that hit Havel.
of which there are some.
That's okay, that 38 damage will help us in a minute here. Just keep
Yeah.
playing it safe.
Yeah, this is the moment where I'm like, I can just go in for a falchion hit.
No, do not.
No.
Oh, whiff. Come on. Okay.
Now remember, Havel can still kill you in one combo.
Yes.
Yeah, I would try to do...
That's a good,
There
good
you
damage. Unfortunately, I only got one more of those.
And unfortunately, Havel still runs as fast as you do.
Oh, God.
I want to say I went fishing for backstabs on him, but I honestly don't remember super well, because he's a lot more active than, like, the,
Thing
How
is,
many
I
versions of Havel have
can
we
block.
how many
Because we
people...
fought Darkness Havel.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't remember how many, like, dudes wearing Havel armor there are in this game.
Just play it safe.
Yeah, I was gonna say, please don't trade with him.
Yeah, don't trade with... Havel's a trader with a T, not with a D, you know?
Woo!
Yeah,
All right,
that...
let's drop down.
Oh, if he had gone over that ledge.
Get crushed! Oh, no!
Just keep moving, you're good. You got plenty of gems. And we're about a third of the way there.
Plenty of
so
Gems
just,
is my Twitter alt account, coincidentally.
we have one soul spear.
65
Yeah.
gems is really good.
Problem is, I don't remember his like attack pattern, so I don't know when it's safe to go in for an attack. Ooh. Oh.
There's Tooth Smash, one Tooth Smash, but the 2 is spelled like the number.
Oh my god, I wish I had brought more regular spells.
Toothbrush.
Why did I do this to myself? Okay,
Yes.
there we go.
Very good.
Yeah, just, you know, half a dozen more of those.
Take it and back up. Yeah.
Yep.
Nice and patient.
Fuck. No!
That's in the chat.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Gosh.
This is like... This is just ridiculous. Like, you would think that if I could get down to just one-on-one, I would be able to have an opportunity to get a hit in. But
Even
no.
if you get a different one down as the last one, they're all dangerous in their own way. Like,
Alright, so this spell sucks. Never using that again. And the Soul Spear wasn't really doing enough for the 2 uses, so I'm gonna go back to that. But we're also kind of short on time, so I'm wondering if, like, I might call that last one as a close enough, and we'll just summon and get the shit done, because I don't think we want to spend another bunch of time doing this
I
next
feel
week.
like you understand what is going on
Yeah.
here as far as the solo encounter.
I agree.
So
So I need the humanity, and then
we
what?
go into
I've
the
never...
little room and see who we see.
Okay. I gave it my all. It was close, but not quite.
And there's absolutely no shame in not doing this fight solo, because doing this fight solo is something that only people with bad taste in fights would do.
All right, well, we've got Ruined
on.
Atlas. Oh, we got another one.
The one in the back
I'm
is an NPC, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
I think I
Let's
do.
go with the player, you know?
No, they're both NPCs.
Yeah, I think they
These are
might both be.
NPCs.
Oh, really?
These are the 2 that I used, yeah.
All right. Well, I think Ruined Atlas like has a look going on. So
Wait, Mo, did you do this solo? Did you?
I would take them both.
You?
oh, you
Like,
can
I
get
was
both.
probably
Yeah.
level like 200 at this point.
Am I gonna have to like kill my way to there though?
I think if you run, they will follow you, but
You could get to level
You
200.
could probably get to like I mean I don't know.
my main save ended at like 180 or so. So yes, I'm certain you can get to
Yeah.
level 200.
You may not. Well, see what happens if you run to the fog door.
Yeah, so
They
so
hopefully
come
will
to the
catch
drop
up.
down and wait there for them.
Yeah, I'll
they
stop
will
here. We're at
not.
the safe spot.
They're
They're fighting.
they're fighting
Okay.
probably.
I gotta go then.
Like when I did this, I had to clear everything out with them.
Okay. Well, that would have
Okay,
been
well
good to
we
know.
have like 60
5 seconds ago.
effigies, so
Well, and you can always just feather out.
now we just run around and see if they eventually appear in the arena. That is a thing that happens with human co-op players, I will say.
Oh, I hear something.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
I did not. Oh God. Okay.
Nope, just keep moving. You're all right.
Yeah, I was just trying to go around that corner.
Did they show up?
I see a health bar flickering on the screen, so I think they showed up. I also heard what sounded like a traversing
Yeah,
the
no,
fog.
I heard the sound as well.
Also,
But
like,
also, yeah, you don't seem to be.
Hey!
Hello.
Hey,
Friendship.
friends! Ah!
Throwing
Oh, well,
stuff
one
at
of
the
them
ground.
died.
Very useful.
Wait,
oh
one
no,
of them
it's
died?
down there. Okay, yeah,
Oh, jeez, okay.
No, we still have both of them.
yeah.
So
The
now
health
you
bar
can basically focus
move.
down this character without interference because they're not going to be chasing you. They're going to
theoretically.
They're almost certainly not focused on you at this point. And you should go quickly because they will not beat the other characters. So basically trying to get rid of this
Speed
character
run.
as fast as possible and then back out for Havel.
well.
Yeah, because like Andre's
Yeah, one of
gonna
them's
be
almost dead.
toast, right? And then the other one's not going to be far behind. So it's like this is really just trying to get you to that final 1 or 2 as quickly as possible. Generally, like as long as one of them survives, you should be in good shape.
Well, Ruined Atlas was my first draft pick, and they seem to be doing all right. Uh-oh.
Party time.
I have friends. Or Ruined Atlas never showed up. Oh, there
Oh,
they
hey.
are. Okay. Ruined Atlas is having a bad time with Havel. It seems that I'm doing less damage
Well,
to...
because-
Yeah, they have the
Yeah.
boss scaling like everything else does without the main bar. Because they are trying to make at least some attempt to balance it for human players.
Which I do not have.
That's right, because no one wants to help with this fight because it's a bad fight.
Of course.
That's actually not true. I think the names are just going to be in front of the block later, and that's not a guarantee, so I just never.
Ruined Atlas, please. Live. I can't kill this enemy fast enough. Great. Alright, well, that fucking sucked.
Well,
Yeah, no, like, the fight is still difficult with summon help. Like, I had to try this one a bunch. Because it's about, it's not just about having the help making it easier, it's that it changes the prioritization of the fight, which is you have to just be very, very efficient at isolating one and taking it down quickly. So that you can go help the other ones. So it is still very much
Yeah.
difficult. It's just not like running in circles and getting lucky.
well, we're not doing like garbage tier damage or anything, because we have a lot of shots. Each one does about 100, so you know, running laps.
Given how much help those two summons were, I'm basically doing it without help.
Nobody commented on my potato chips omelet.
Well, I'm a little
Why-
bit busy.
It seems fine.
I didn't look. You can't make me look.
I'd put.
I mean, I've had other potato-y things in an omelet or adjacent to an omelet, so
It's just an omelet. I mean, you could put almost anything in an omelet and I'd be cool with it, if I'm being honest. Like, anything that's not fruit, I'm probably here for it. Like, if you put fruit in an omelet, we're gonna have to fight. It's
Tomatoes
just
a fruit.
But, you know. That's not
Is a
how it
crepe
is.
a fruit omelet?
Don't be that person. Don't be that person.
A crepe is not a fruit omelet, I don't think.
so they're
A
not going to
crepe-
no,
switch
a crepe-
order.
A crepe is a
if,
fruit
um,
quesadilla.
if-
What?
Yeah, here
What,
we go.
what is fruit? There's crepe is just the. You ever
They're
had
just
savory
running
crepe?
while blocking. I'm doing like no fucking damage.
You could feather out, keep your humanity.
I lost my humanity a long time ago.
Enough of Moses
I pick up
will
these-
do
feather
that to you.
out, figure out your father's DNA
Second.
sequence, and then use it
Oh, here we go.
to account for all your genetic.
Let's check out
differences.
bulkbites.com. Fruit omelet recipe.
I'm not doing any damage. This is, yeah. This is actually now harder in this stage.
Bad
Jesus.
recipe.
Oh God! Ew. Oh, it looks like viscera wrapped in an
No,
egg.
here's the thing, is that an actual fruit omelet looks worse somehow.
BBC good food, but all I see is bad food. I guess that's what I should expect from a British broadcasting network.
It's fruit, cheese.
What do you think this grave robber is afflicted with?
Being a shitty fight. That's what they're
A
afflicted
common
with.
affliction.
Yeah.
So there's an Iranian dish that is a date and cinnamon and
Oh.
ginger in the omelet, and that actually sounds like a different kind of sweet that could be kind of nice.
Yeah, that dates and ginger to me are not like a dried fruit behaves differently than
Oh,
a fresh
agreed.
one in this type of setting.
Well, that's just science.
Yeah, like a pilaf, you could put raisins in a pilaf.
What is this sentence?
I wish it were easier to peel off one of these enemies and fight them one-on-one.
Boo.
Heyo.
What? Okay, I'm
Gonna have to peel
I'm
off this collar.
really waiting for this to link. Okay, good.
What is happening?
Is
My lock on.
what?
Wow, side frames.
They've been pumping their adaptability.
I'm just gonna say this recipe name out loud because it's fruit omelet and blueberry muffin croutons.
What?
This isn't a. This is just a plate of
No,
damn
there's an
fruit.
eggie in there.
But that's not an.
I think the word muffin implies something very different in terms of texture than crouton.
This isn't a. This
And
is
I'm
not
having-
an omelet.
How do you reconcile those two textures?
I don't know.
This is just a. This is just a flourless crepe
It's
and
boneless.
some
It's a
and some
boneless crepe.
stale blueberry muffin.
The muffin
is
does look stale as
stupid.
hell.
That's how you make croutons. Wow. Wow,
Hope everyone
I'm
out there
reading
is,
the blog portion of this recipe,
Yeah, it's-
and I'm just in
Yep.
hell. I am in
Yep.
hell. Just everything. Oh my god, refined sugar free. Get out. Get the. I'ma fight this person.
Just like the final Game of Thrones episodes are all much longer than
Their-
normal,
their-
and
their
making
blog
and
is their
making everybody
location.
making everybody
Alright.
angry. This fight is making our Niko Souls episode long and everybody angry.
I'm gonna find this location, and
It's just like
And
a
what?
rich.
Leave them
it's
a
just
one-star Yelp
It's a
review.
rich part of New York City.
I-
Like, what do you think it is?
I don't know. I want to egg. You know what? I'm gonna egg their.
You're gonna egg their
Make a
block.
house omelet. I'm gonna make a yuppie house omelet, which is just when I throw a bunch of eggs on a yuppie's house.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm just gonna read the first five articles, first 6 articles on this blog. Orange and coconut buns. Nothing wrong with that. That sounds fine. If not a combination I would necessarily start with. 5 tips for creating the ultimate entertaining planner. Pumpkin tahini toast. Seriously amazing gluten-free chocolate chip cookies. They're dairy-free too. Voting yes for
Wait.
equality. And post-workout pineapple and lime smoothie. Which of the... Wait, is this just a... Is voting yes for equality just a... Wait a second. I'm about to be mad, maybe. I think it's just a rainbow-themed, like, veggie bowl.
Wait.
Is this a recipe or a...
Mo, it's not a recipe. It's a quiz.
Oh,
You are what you
are
eat,
you
Mo.
reading this article?
No, I
How to
don't want
make-
to.
How
Oh
to make
my-
a rainbow Buddha bowl. Method 1. Invite a bunch of friends around for lunch. 2. Arrange a variety of colorful foods in bowls. 3. Celebrate diversity.
Oh, God. Oh.
That's fine. I don't need it anyway.
Wow.
I wish I had some better... Wait, where's the ramp? Fuck. It's here. Okay.
I will...
Jesus.
Sorry.
I wish I had some better life gems
yeah.
equipped. Because now I could use,
I will give her credit. The,
Fucking shit.
putting lychees and the good crackers on a cheese plate is like power.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for this week. I'm sorry. I had a really bad time tonight. This fight fucking blows. This is honestly like the worst fight I've ever had in any Souls game. By far.
This is not a. This is a. You are not alone with that sentiment, is what I will say. I sincerely believe this is going to be on a lot of people's like worst fights list, if not the top spot, because it's really just a garbage.
You are also at the point where you have like internalized it and probably need like.
And I probably would have killed Havel if it hadn't been for that my attack's doing half damage from the sun.
Yeah.
So this fight, since we have suffered through it, I think, well, more than enough. This fight is optional.
Well, no, it's not optional anymore. I have to do it. I spent this long on it. I can't give up.
I was going to say the rewards are upgrade materials, so we could leave it until maybe we want those upgrade materials, which is maybe never. But I will leave that as a decision for how we're feeling a week from now, and not how we're feeling in the moment.
Like, which you could describe as wanting to throw the controller.
Yeah. Hey, I fought.
I just like honestly, I just want to like lay down over here, and just like. Emerald Herald, please save me.
Oh, sorry.
Save me from this garbage fight.
A Tidus, an FF10 Tidus there.
There are two things we get from chests after the fight, but neither of them are really of interest to us.
Isn't it Titus?
Doesn't matter.
Liquid
Since we are
Titus.
way over time, so let's go ahead and wrap up. Sparkletone, where can the people find you on the internet?
You can find me on Twitter as @Sparkletone and on the Waypoint Discord.
Peregrine?
You can find me sitting down with the Emerald Herald over at twitch.tv/Peregrine38, and you can find me laughing painfully and forcedly on twitter.com @TerrificBroth.
And Mo.
You can find me just searching for the worst things on Google, and also at Mo_swords on Twitch and Twitter, and streaming on this channel occasionally as well.
And I'm your host, Niko. You can find me in the salt mines, where the ground is salt, the walls are salt, the air is salt, and everything is salt. You can also find me hanging out on the Waypoint Discord, and follow me on Twitter @CoreyDShaw. Special thanks to 2Mello for graciously allowing us to use his music. You can find the track Old Haunts and everything he does over at 2mellomakes.bandcamp.com. If you've missed any of our previous episodes where we did something more than a single boss fight for the entire time, you can find them on my YouTube at bit.ly/NikoYouTube. And we'll be back next week with more of this fight right here on twitch.tv/WaypointCommunity at 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern, and we hope to see you then. Thanks for watching.